Pokemon is a product that has a lot to offer. I mean, seriously, Pokemon has been an anime, multiple animes and multiple animated films. Plus, it also has, I mean, the most notable thing, a full-on trading card game, which I personally love collecting for, but have never actually played a full-on game of. I know how to play it, don't have anyone that plays Pokemon. Does anyone play Pokemon? But aside from those two things being the most notable, it also has a movie where Ryan Reynolds plays Pikachu, which is actually a really good movie. If you haven't seen Detective Pikachu, check it out. It's actually pretty good. And it also has the video games, obviously. Multiple video games. Everyone loves video games. They're mostly known for their anime video games and trading card game. But what we're going to focus on today mostly is the typing. All of these are the types of all of the cards. Every single Pokemon can have up to 2 types, and Pokemon was the very first trading card game to use types like this before Magic the Gathering and Digimon and everything else did it. Don't quote me on that. I am completely talking out of my ass right now. I don't know what's going on right now. I don't know any of the history about Pokemon as a trading card game or any other game. I just like playing them. But yeah, today we're going to be focusing on their types. I think the Pokemon types are cooler than the Magic the Gathering types, and I like Pokemon cards just a little bit more than them, just because I think the character design and everything is super cool, and I like the little designs and everything, and I think this is a way easier way of doing this video. I guess I should go ahead and explain what this video is, since I've been ranting about Pokemon as a whole for about a minute or two now. I absolutely love horror movies. Everyone that's watched this channel for any amount of time knows this. And if you haven't been watching this channel and you like this video, go ahead and like and subscribe. It helps the channel out. I feel like an idiot for saying that, but whatever. Better to say in the intro than the outro, because this is probably where most of you are going to click off after I say that, but I mean, at least you heard it. But yeah, I love horror movies. Everyone knows this. It's like one of the first things that I say to people when I meet them, that, and I ask them what their favorite movie is. That's basically it. But yeah, today's video is going to be a whole bunch of horror movie villains and creatures from horror movies, and I'm going to give them a Pokemon type. I'm hoping that this will be a shorter video, but if it's not, I don't know, I'll edit it down, or I'll just post it as a premiere if it's too long, like I did with the DC, if DC had a Marvel Rivals type game video. I need to make the part 2 to that too. Someone comment in the comments and remind me to do that, please, because I'm gonna forget if you don't. Okay, let's start out with an easy one. This is Ghostface. Okay, so like I said, I'm going to do all of the Pokemon typing, and they can all have up to 2 or 1. They can all either have 1 or 2 typings, just like in the actual game and everything. So yeah, this is going to be pretty simple. Ghostface is probably the easiest one to do. This is either normal Ghost type or normal Dark type. Personally, normal Dark type for me, 100%. He's normal Dark type. Beetlejuice is, I would say, either Ghost Psychic or Ghost Poison. I'm going to go with Ghost Poison right now, though. Pinhead is so easy to do. He is Dark Psychic 100%, and he would make an awesome Pokemon if they had the right design for him and everything. Do some Pokemon just look like humans? I guess Mr. Mime, but isn't he like a freak in the universe? Like, just, isn't he like actually seen as a freak? Leatherface is a weird one. I don't know whether to give him normal fighter or normal steel, because he has the chainsaw and that's his main attack. So would he be normal steel or normal fighter? Right now I'm going to give him normal fighter. If you guys think he should be normal steel, go ahead and comment that and tell me, because I'm like struggling between those two, but right now I'm giving him normal fighter. Sam is a weird one, because it never really explains to you what he is. Like, I know he's Samhain, the spirit of Halloween and everything, but is he a ghost? I don't think he's a ghost, because he has the pumpkin head and everything. So I think I'm going to give him... Samhain is like nature and stuff, isn't he? Like, it's from the pagan stuff, so maybe... Oh, I don't know, man. I think, oof. Right now, I'm gonna give him a Dark Fighter. Or, yeah, Dark Fighter right now, because he is, like, a good fighter. He has the lollipop and everything. So yeah, Dark Fighter. Michael Myers is straight up dark. I think we can all agree to that. He is just dark. He literally has the devil's eyes. No Face was one that I was actually super excited about putting on here because I think that he would be an awesome Pokemon just as he is with the design and everything. He would either be Dark Bug or Ghost Bug. If you haven't seen Spirited Away, there's a scene where he becomes like a giant bug thing with like a mouth on his stomach and everything. It's really cool. I think he would probably be Ghost Bug is what I'm going with. But if you think you'd rather see him as Dark Bug, comment and tell me. This is another one that I'm really stuck on these two. But I think Ghost Bug for right now is probably the best to fit him, and it would just be a really cool combination to see. I don't really know of any Ghost Bug or Dark Bug types in Pokemon. Next up, we got Dr. Decker from Nightbreed. If you haven't seen Nightbreed, watch it. It is such a good movie. Dr. Decker would probably be normal dark. I'm going to say normal dark or normal fighter, but he doesn't really show that he's really much of a fighter. He's just a serial killer that takes people by surprise. So I'm going to go ahead and say normal dark. Jason Voorhees. Okay. This is Ghost Fighter, but this is the first one on this list that I have given multiple evolutions. So, first stage is Jason, but he can evolve into 2 different stages depending on how you evolve him. This is Ghost Fighter. His first secondary evolution, I guess, since there's 2 of them, is Uber Jason, and he is Ghost Steel. And then I only wanted him to have 2 evolutions because I could make a lot of evolutions for him, honestly. I thought Savini's Jason would be such a cool evolution for him just because it has a brand new weapon and everything. And this is Ghost Fire type. Look at that. That's so cool. I love the Friday 13th game, man. It's so cool. But yeah, Ghost Fire type for this. Okay, now we have something that is a bit of a conundrum. We have Candyman. Is he a Ghost Bug because he is a ghost and he has bees, or is he B, Ghost Steel because his primary attack is going to be his hook? I'm going to give him Ghost B, or not, oh my god, Ghost Bug right now. I think Ghost Bug would be the coolest one for him, and if they gave him like the full-on look, they could make the hive in his, like, made out of his bones. They could make that like an actual hive and just make him a Ghost Bug. I think that would be cool. Ghost Bug really makes sense. Ghost Steel makes sense. I'm gonna go with Ghost Bug right now, though. Next up, we got Pyramid Head. Now, I know what a lot of you are probably thinking. It's going to be either Ghost Steel or Dark Steel. No, Psychic Steel. Completely. 100%. In my opinion, Psychic Steel. He's literally made out of a psychic construction. Like, he's like a psychic construct to make man, I cannot remember his name. Whatever. Make James Sunderland. There we go. Make James Sunderland pay for what he sees as his worst crime and everything. Like, it's literally, Pyramid Head is there to punish him, and it's like he wants to be punished though. So I think Psychic really makes sense for him because he's like a psychic construct, psychic link to James Sunderland. Just so much stuff about him is more psychic than Ghost or Dark. So I think Psychic still is his best one, and I think it would be awesome if he could deal like psychic damage and stuff. Just, it would be so cool, man. I might actually draw up a Pyramid Head Pokemon. That would be so cool, man. Next up, we got Nemesis. Okay, this is another one that's a video game boss, but it's both the Pyramid Head and Nemesis have been in movies, though. But let's go ahead and talk about Nemesis, because he's a weird one. Nemesis is a bioweapon, or bioengineered weapon, whatever. You know what I mean. A BOW, bio... whatever. I cannot remember what they're called, but they're just bioweapons that are created. So he is definitely going to get fighter just because of how big he is, how physically destructive he is. But I don't know what to give him other than that. Should he be I guess, ghost? He's not undead though. He's bioengineered. So maybe dark? No, I don't think dark would work either, man. This is a weird one, I think. I'm gonna go with poison fighter. I think that will work because he's like bioengineered. He has the whatever it's called, the infection that he can spread and everything. I think poison fighter is probably the best that we're gonna get from the Pokemon typing. I think poison fighter is actually really good. Next up is one of my favorite horror movie villains of all time, which is the Tall Man from Phantasm. I think he is psychic still, completely, 100%. His spheres would probably be his main weapon, and he's psychic. That's how he moves them and everything, would be the whole gimmick. So yeah, psychic still, perfect for him. Next up, we got Audrey 2 from Little Shop of Horrors. This one, psychic plant or psychic grass, whatever. I can't remember if they call it plant or grass. I think it's grass. Psychic grass, 100% for sure. If you haven't seen this movie, Audrey 2 is basically capable of hypnotizing people to have them bring her new bodies, or I don't know what gender this plant is. It has the power to hypnotize people to bring it food. Which is humans, of course, because, you know, what else would a plant this big eat? The Krites are weird. I don't really know. I think going normal poison with them would work, probably. Because they have the quills, which deal poison damage, or has some type of venom that paralyzes its victims. It's really weird. If you haven't seen Critters, you should go and watch this franchise too. This is one of those franchises that all of them are at least pretty good. But yeah, I think normal poison or something like dark poison would work too. I think dark poison. Yeah, let's go with dark poison. I think that would be cool because they're like little gremlin things, and the little goblin with a gem in its eye is dark. I think, yeah, dark poison for this, perfect actually. Okay, next up we have the Krites evolution, which is the Critter Ball or Krite Ball, whatever you want to call it. I think Dark Fighter or Poison Fighter would work, but I think Dark Fighter would probably work more because they've never been shown to use their quills for poison damage during this form. So I think Dark Fighter. Absolutely. Yeah, Dark Fighter. Perfect. Now we're up to my boy Gilman. I love this man. This is my favorite Universal Monsters monster ever. If you have not seen the tier list that I made, you can go and watch that. It's in the tier list playlist on the channel if you want to see that. I made a whole one with all the Universal Monsters. But yeah, this is my favorite Universal Monster ever. I love the creature from Black Lagoon, love Gilman. It's such a good movie. Gilman is probably Dark Water or Water Grass. I think Dark Water is what I'm going to go with right now, because it's the Black Lagoon. I just think that would be a cool, juxtaposition, I guess. That's not what that means. Whatever. But yeah, Dark Water all the way. The Wolfman, I would probably give normal fighting or just dark fighting. Dark fighting makes sense, I guess. Yeah, dark fighting. Dracula is probably dark psychic or ghost psychic. I'd say dark psychic right now, though. Dracula and Nosferatu are extremely similar, mostly because, Nosferatu was literally sued because it was so similar to Dracula, but I think Count Orlok would probably be closer to Dark Ghost than Dark Psychic, even though he does use abilities that are extremely, psychic-like and everything, but I think Ghost Dark would probably be better for him, or even Ghost Psychic, because he's just more of a ghost-like creature than what Dracula is, but also... I think... Yeah, Ghost Psychic. Let's do Ghost Psychic. Or Dark Ghost. Dark Ghost. I'm ending it there. Dark Ghost. I shouldn't have done these. These are way too similar, honestly. The Xenomorph is Dark Poison. 100%. I think that the Predator would probably be Fighting Grass or Fighting Steel. I'm gonna go with Fighting Grass right now just because of the first movie. He's in the forest and everything. So yeah, Fighting Grass right now. The Creeper is probably flying and fighting. Like, that's the only thing I can think of for him, unless it's dark flying or ghost flying. I don't think ghost would fit him at all. Dark flying or flying fighting. I think flying fighting definitely fits him better because he's got the axe and everything. So yeah, flying and fighting. The Graboid is another one that has a completely different evolution, and it changes it completely, but I'll get to that in 1 second. The Graboid itself is definitely ground rock type, though. But its evolution, the Ass Blaster, like I already said, has a completely different, set of types. So the Ass Blaster is actually a flying fire type. Yeah, it makes a lot of sense if you've seen the movies. I think Chucky would probably be either a psychic ghost or dark ghost or dark psychic, something like that. So I'm thinking I'm gonna go with psychic ghost because the whole thing with him putting his soul in the doll was more of a psychic thing, but it's also possession. So I think psychic ghost works for him. But also throwing in a fighting in there would help, but since it's only two types, I'm gonna go ahead and say psychic ghost. Black Phillip is literally just the devil, so I'm gonna go ahead and guess dark probably fits him pretty well, and I think psychic probably fits him well too because I'm pretty sure he has like a psychic link to all the witches and stuff. So yeah, dark psychic works for him pretty well actually. We're finally back to one that's actually really, really easy to come up with. This is Samara from The Ring, or Sadako from Ringu. I can't tell which movie this picture is from, but whatever. They're the same character, basically. And both times, it's Ghost Psychic, 100%. It's just straight up Ghost Psychic. She is a psychic ghost, that's all. Next up, we got The Fly, or just Jeff Goldblum. Yeah, this is either Dark Bug or Poison Bug. I think Poison Bug would fit better because acid would probably be his main attack. So yeah, Poison Bug. Frankenstein is by far the coolest one on this list, typing wise. His type would probably be Ghost Lightning, but you could change it to Dark Lightning. I think Ghost Lightning fits him perfectly because he's an undead creature, and the Lightning because that's what brought him to life. And his attacks could easily be changed to like a Frankenstrike type of thing from Ben 10, like that type of stuff where the bolts emit electricity and stuff. Like, yes, he's either Ghost Fighter or Ghost Lightning, depending on what you want to go with. If you want to go with a lumbering giant undead man that goes and strangles people, then Ghost Fighting. And if you want to go with a less conventional version of Frankenstein, where he literally has electric powers, or the electric typing is literally just because of how he was made, then go with Ghost Electric. I'm going with Ghost Electric right now because that's sick. That's just awesome. This is the first one that has 3 evolutions that all go in one order, unlike the Jason Voorhees, which evolves differently depending on like what way you evolve it. This is Godzillasaurus, and this is just straight up dragon. This is a normal dragon type. And then Godzillasaurus, if you couldn't already guess, evolves into Godzilla, which is dragon poison, because if you don't know, he was made by radiation. He shoots radiation. Like, everywhere he goes, radiation poison also goes. Yeah, Godzilla kind of sucks. He goes into a place and it just kills everyone just because he's around. It's fine, whatever. He's just a big old lizard guy. You want to give him a hug, you know you do. But yeah, this is absolutely the perfect typing for 1950 whatever. Godzilla is the dragon poison. And it's just a really cool typing, too. And the final evolution for the 3 evolution Godzilla that I came up with, there's also a lot of other ways you can make a evolution for Godzilla in Pokemon, or in general, because there are a lot of different versions of them. This could have ended with Space Godzilla, honestly, if I wanted it to, but I thought Burning Godzilla looks awesome and keeps with theme. This is a Dragon Fire type. If it could have a third one, I would probably do Dragon Poison Fire, but it's fine with just Dragon and Fire, because this is awesome. This is sick. Okay, I'm going to end this video with something that only the horror fans are going to know about. If you like old 80s B-rate horror movies, you're going to love this, and if you don't, you're not going to have any idea what this thing is. This little bucket of, well, it looks like Cool Whip that just says the stuff on it. This is the stuff. It is basically the Blob, except it could take people over from the inside out, and it's nasty whenever it does. It looks awesome, but it's also nasty. Yeah, the stuff is psychic poison, I'm gonna go ahead and say, because it has to be at least a little bit of psychic to move itself, right? Or, yeah, that makes no sense. But I think psychic poison would definitely fit its aesthetic really well. Or ground poison, that would be really cool, because it came from the ground. Ooh, ground poison. I'm going with ground poison. Yeah, ground poison sounds sick, actually. Or ground psychic. Ground psychic, or okay, we're going with ground poison. Yes, ground poison makes sense. I like that. Yeah, because it doesn't have to be psychic to control people. It can still just be poisonous and then take you over from the inside out. That's literally what it does in the movie. So yeah, ground poison makes a lot of sense. I like that. Ground poison is good. I was going to end this video by giving a type to a 2 evolution version of Destroya from the Godzilla franchise, but I decided I'm probably going to do a Pokemon typing for just Kaiju in general, and probably Gamera and Godzilla Kaiju. But yeah, if you want to see that video, like and subscribe and tell me that you want to see it. But yeah, I hope you liked this video. And yeah, tell me what type you would have given any of these if I got any of them wrong. I probably did, because the Pokemon typing is really broad, and they're not really specific about it, which is makes it kind of hard to really pinpoint some of these more specific creatures, especially Nemesis and stuff. That was actually pretty hard to come up with. But yeah, like, subscribe, tell me what your favorite Pokemon is, or if you have any ideas for other horror villains to make into Pokemon types, I guess. But yeah, like, subscribe, and see you.